Hello and welcome to a mild obsession of mine. Bullshit, its forms, purpose, why it exists and how we can best live with it. Let's start with where and when it comes from. The term bullshit, as we know it today, is thought to have been birthed in the late 19th and early 20th centuries in the United States. Before that, it was just bull. By the Middle Ages, the word bull, a term with Old English origins, began to be associated with deceit and falseness. Fast forward to the year 1915, and we find the first written attestation of bull together with shit. This was in a dictionary of US Army slang, which happened to be the first to officially record the term bullshit. This makes some sense if you consider the context. The military is a world where people viscerally face very concrete problems, and often the people for whom those problems are most concrete are those who are subject to plans and orders from people with less concrete understanding of the situation, but with a higher stake in appearing as though they do have such concrete understanding. It's a paradox whereby those that don't know need to appear as though they do, and bullshit is how they do it. The word bullshit just happens to be the label that US soldiers around the time of the First World War found for such efforts. So that's how we get the word bullshit. The Americans added shit to bull, which had been around since the Middle Ages. Let's now see how bullshit spread from there. But how has bullshit evolved over time, you may wonder? From its humble beginnings as military slang, bullshit has grown to become a term used to describe anything false, deceitful or nonsensical. You can imagine former soldiers returning to all manner of civilian walks of life, but encountering the familiar stink of situations where people without a clue carry on as though they did have a clue. They left the army, in other words, only to find bullshit waiting for them in civilian life. And so it was that bullshit made its way into the common language, a handy label to attach to a phenomenon that was already pervasive, the need to obfuscate, to mislead, exaggerate, or otherwise avoid appearing incompetent. It's hardly a surprise then that over the years, bullshit has expanded its reach, finding relevance in all areas of life. We find bullshit used in casual conversations where it lingers in unfounded claims or ideas or just idle conjecture. It's become a staple in political discourse, a term wielded to call out deceit or exaggeration or promises to action backed up by little more than dusty farts. In essence, bullshit has become a linguistic label, a multi-purpose tool for expressing skepticism or disbelief. It's worth noting, though, that insofar as bullshit is a label for a type of communication, the type of communication itself, that is bullshit proper, is important to understand given how pervasive it is in our world. So it's one thing to call out bullshit when there's bullshit being shat, but it's another, and I think more fascinating thing, to work out the motivation for bullshit being used in a particular situation. With that in mind, let's squeeze a few cows and look deeper at some of the functions of bullshit. At its core, bullshit is a linguistic device used for deception, exaggeration, and importantly, avoiding culpability or responsibility. Its usage is not just limited to manipulation, but extends to persuasion and social acceptance. The appearance of competence is often floated on very well-crafted and honestly beautiful-sounding bullshit. In politics, bullshit is used to shroud the truth, make untenable promises sound like well-thought-out plans, and paint a more optimistic image than reality. It smooths over nuance and technical, concrete detail to give the impression that an easy solution is at hand. Advertising is another field where bullshit is rampant. It can make products appear more desirable by overstating their advantages or downplaying their drawbacks. Bullshit enables advertisers to infer claims that they can't be held liable for, but that you're willing to spend money on because it's just easier to buy into the seller's bullshit. Bullshit isn't confined to these public domains, but is also a part of our daily private life. It can be used to elevate our social standing, make our lives look more thrilling, or our achievements appear more remarkable, or to safeguard the feelings of others who may have shat the bed. It's a method to fit in, to belong as well as offer belonging, and to feel acknowledged in a society that frequently values the appearance of substance over the actual presence of substance. In all these scenarios, bullshit serves a purpose. It's a tool used to navigate the intricacies of human interaction and societal expectations. Whether we approve of it or not, bullshit is a fundamental component of our communication landscape. In this video, we talked a bit about what bullshit is, why bullshit is, and where we got the word bullshit from to begin with. I figure I'd make this into a series of sorts because that's just how much I enjoy a good pile of bullshit. Stay tuned for future videos where we'll look more closely at the how of bullshit, getting into the linguistic mechanics of how bullshit is made and how you can diagnose a case of bullshit in the wild. In the meantime, here's another video that gets into an example of bullshit used in the corporate world. Take a boo if you're interested, subscribe if you're really interested, but don't hit the bell button because that's just entirely a big, old pile of goodbye.